most of them.
Most of the confessions from the podcast are either people shitting themselves or stealing money from a friend or having sex with somebody they shouldn't. It's like that's mainly
why was that?
the ones.
Wait, those are some wide range of shit. The last one I wasn't expecting you to say that. And what do you mean having sex with someone you should?
Well, like, it's always confession of like,
you,
I had sex with my wife's sister, or I had
not like my daughter,
or I blew the bus boy, and I'm married, or something like that.
You should definitely blow the bus boy.
She's like, it's usually people who are married or because they have a reason
to
confess. They have a reason to confess.
Yeah, I get that now. That's.
But I'm also for, if you feel the need to blow a busboy, you're not in a relationship. Do it. He probably
blow that busboy, blow his bus all the way up, baby.
As a former busboy, we don't get tipped that often. So, that well. Not as well as like servers.
Blow that busboy. Man, hey, wait a minute. Write that down because we need to put that on a t-shirt and sell those as Drunk Bantha t-shirts.
Blow that busboy.
Somebody better blow that busboy. Somebody better suck that baby's dick.
Put Cuba Gooding Jr. on the
Somebody better suck that baby's dick. Yep, just put him on the face of it and then...
Hello, you beautiful nerds. Welcome to the Drunk Banthas podcast, where we talk about sci-fi, fantasy, horror, and all the popular art that we love. Also, we do it drunk. I'm joined, as always, by my brother Bill.
Praise Conchu.
Praise Conchu. I'm Alex, and today we are discussing episode 3 and 4 of the Disney Plus Marvel series Moon Knight, starring Oscar Isaac, Ethan Hawke, and Maya El Kalamawe.
That's right, you fucking infidels.
We are fully into the series now. There was a little bit of intrigue in the first couple of episodes, trying to figure out exactly what's going on with Steven and Mark. But now it seems like we got a pretty good handle on things. Or maybe we don't, as the end of episode 4 kind of alluded to.
Maybe you have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, it's a mystery wrapped in a enigma. What would
and ripped from the pages of Ripley, believe it or not?
How do you feel about the series so far? At least episodes 3 and 4. About how they played out, how it ended without.
Those are the sexy episodes. Those are the good ones. Well, you know what I'm saying? It was a boring show, and then 3 and 4, boom, boom. Too bad there's only 2 episodes left, because this show started out mad slow. So, but like I predicted, not gonna get much suit in this show about a man in a suit.
Yeah,
don't know how I predicted that, but I'm feeling like the budget was a lot was blown in the budget for like Egypt and set design. So
yeah,
they probably didn't have a lot left over for all the special effects required for that suit.
Yeah, they decided to go with the CGI suit, and I'm honestly, I don't know. Excuse me, I don't know about production budget, so I don't know if it's cheaper to build a suit that's that intricate that a stuntman can actually move around in, or if it's cheaper to put him in a CGI suit and add all the shit later. But I'm sure it's either the CGI suit is definitely easier on the.
Did they not do both? Or did they just do?
Yeah, I don't know. It looks very CGI sometimes, but then it looks real.
We don't get enough.
The CGI is just good.
See, we don't get enough of it.
Yeah, we don't really get enough to really be able to tell.
It's ridiculous.
But yeah, I don't know. I liked the first episode. I actually liked
for all me Looney Tune fans out there. Hey.
I actually liked the first episode a lot, like the way it played out. And it seemed like the ending was like, all right, now we're getting into the Moon Knight of everything. But then it just kind of petered out. Episode 2 was like boring. I really didn't like episode 2. I don't even really remember what happened in it, other than we get Mr. Knight. But
yeah.
But yeah, and then 3 and 4, like there's some exciting moments and some interesting moments, but
Seems like they're relying.
I'm still kind of mad on it.
Relying on they're heavily relying on Oscar Isaac's eyes or his hair or something.
Yeah,
whatever bitches like about Oscar Isaac, that's what he's holding his whole thing on, or not he is, but that's what this whole show is being held up on, is just his performances. What do you think about the theory that the third character has already been introduced in this series? Right.
Yeah, so that's very interesting. Yeah, I guess like we'll go ahead and talk about it. Like it's very interesting. Like you had mentioned earlier in the last pod for Moon Knight that we might get Jake, and I was like, I don't know if they're gonna add that other character because it seems like they're already doing a lot. But yeah, it seems like in this episode he's already been kind of like wrecking shit because there's a moment where
well, I said that I think he was the guy who stabbed the dude. Remember? I don't think that was... Well, it definitely wasn't Mark, because Mark was like, I ain't do that. He would have definitely said, I killed him. Right. Killing people, he was like, I ain't to kill him.
Yeah, we get to...
And then when he's in the market, there's a theory from Heavy Spoilers. I want to give him his flowers. He said it too. He wasn't the first one, though. I was the first one. But I'm going to give him his flowers. He said it too. He been listening to this podcast. No. I'm gonna just give him his podcast. I'm gonna give him his. What? He said that in the market where what's her name shows up.
I forget Layla.
Yeah. So when she shows up and he's like, "What are you doing here?" Allegedly he uses a soft New York accent.
Okay.
Like, what are you doing here? Like, and then when he's talking about the dude prancing around on the horse, he kind of uses a New York accent. Allegedly.
Oh, okay.
According to. That's according to Heavy Spoilers.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so they're just giving us a little bit of a background, I guess, where Mark is from specifically?
No, not Mark.
Or Jake.
It's Jake. Jake is the New Yorker.
Jake! Give me my money, Jake! Sorry. It's just the first thing I thought
I need my money, Jake. Hey, Jake.
Jake, sorry, you want to go home or you want to go to jail?
I could do a better Denzel than this, but I'm smoking weed and I'm also... got this British voice in my head.
Yeah, we don't get a lot of Steven in these episodes.
We don't get a lot of taking Steven. A back seat. Steven takes a back seat until we get towards the end of the fourth episode.
Right. Yeah.
He starts hearing this one again, and he kisses Layla.
Yeah, he decides
he gets punched in the face.
Before we get into episode 4, episode 3. It starts out with Harrow and his followers. They discover the location of Amit's tomb in the desert. And in Cairo, Mark and Steven are both experiencing blackouts while tracking a lead to Harrow's location. So, like you were saying before, Mark is interrogating these guys, and then he starts to black out a lot like Steven did in the first episode. But it's not Steven taking over. It's not Mark taking over. It's this mysterious third personality that I guess they're just not going to worry about right now.
No, yeah, he's not mysterious. He's just a part of the family. He just be hiding. He's shy.
Yeah, he's a shy guy. He only likes to come
Jake
out
is like the guy who goes in the streets and gets like the dirt and gets like the details and gets like the info. He's the one. He's the intel guy.
Yeah, he's the Matches Malone. If
he's I've said it on here before. My name is Matches Malone.
I really hope we get a Matches Malone in this Batman movie.
In the new Batmans. Let me tell you something.
Maybe does some crazy prosthetics.
Robert Pattinson can't do a Matches Malone. They're going to have to bring in a voice actor to do that. I'm auditioning right now. The name is Matches Malone.
I do agree.
Of Jake,
I do agree. Probably Christian Bale would have been a better because he can transform his voice so well.
Oh yeah, Mike.
I would have loved to have seen him do that.
Christian Bale can change his voice in anything.
Yeah, literally any dialect.
Yeah, he knows a little Farsi, I'm pretty sure.
Just a little bit of everything.
But,
he doesn't know how to speak it, but he does know how to speak with the accent.
But in this episode, we get to meet the gods, the other gods.
That's right.
The big G's. No, I'm
big G's.
So, yeah, and they come up and they like, yo, you be fucking around too much, Khonshu. You done made a miracle happen and block out the sun. Now we got to show up. Now, listen here now. You do this again, we gonna fuck your ass up.
Yeah, I'm paraphrasing. They specifically say if you manipulate the sky again, we're gonna fuck you up. It's like, all right, it's like right. When they said that, I was like, he's definitely gonna do that again.
Like, all right, bitch, tell me. You think you can tell me what to do? And also, Khonshu doesn't have social skills.
Right.
Doesn't know how to talk in a meeting.
Right. Yeah, he doesn't.
Just started yelling.
Yeah, just like, it's like, use your inside voice, man. Everybody else is talking like normal.
Everybody else is in here quiet. You got me out here yelling. Maybe you want to just like let me handle this.
Right.
I know all the information. I got all the details.
And you claim to have even been like more in touch with humans than they have been, and still you don't know anything about like social niceties.
Yeah, he's been in touch with humans. Killing them.
Yeah, right.
Like, yeah,
you guys turned your back. You guys turned your back on humanity. Well, I've been killing them. This court or whatever was wild too. Just because, like, what kind of fucking court is this where, like, you can accuse a dude of a thing and then he'll be like, "Nah, I'm not doing that," and then these gods will be just like, all right. Well, like, you're not even gonna look into this?
Well, I mean, I have something to do. I had 2 dinner reservations today. 2. How am I gonna make both of them if I listen to this and investigate this?
I really don't have time for this.
I really don't have time for this. This is boring. Yeah, they were really childish to be gods, but which is kind of consistent with like gods in all folklore.
Yeah,
childish,
pompous, and
bitch ass motherfuckers who you want to put some hands on.
Kind of like the Jedi Council in the prequels of Star Wars, where they're just like too cool for school and not willing to actually pay attention to the threats that are right in front of their face.
Right, or like God with Job. Like just God.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, actually.
Like, why you do them like that, God? That was messed up. That was low blow.
Why, God?
Why,
God? So Steven, or no, Mark and Khonshu Steven. And Layla are kind of on their own after this, and I forget exactly why they decide to go find the sarcophagus.
They got to find the sarcophagus because they ain't got the scarab.
Right.
To find out where Khonshu's tomb is. And so they get the scarab. I mean, they find out where the sarcophagus is. It's at this place that this dude that they know. Yeah, they vague about that. Very vague about that. This dude that he kind of don't like Layla, but he like Layla. But he's got this fucking weird mummy sitting around, just laying around outside for some reason. And Steven has to come back and help out. And he's like, hey, just move this around and do-ba-dee-ba-da-ba-da. And then they find the map, and long story short, they have to get the fuck up out of there. And Moon Knight comes out and puts them hands on him. Now, what do you think about that fight scene?
Fight scene was pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Spears going through his chest and shit.
Yeah, I guess this is when we kind of learn what his powers are. There's only one part of the fight scene that I thought was kind of ridiculous, where he catches all the bullets in his cape and then throws them back at him. I thought that was a little weird. It's like, how are you catching the bullets? But other than that, it was really cool, very Batman-esque, like super Batman with like Wolverine regenerative powers. It's very, very cool.
He's supposed to be Batman. Rich. Lots of gadgets.
Crazy.
Now I think what they're doing is going a lot away from the gadgets and more like spiritual energy and power type thing. But I like it.
Yeah, it was cool. It was an interesting fight scene, but like you said, we get a little bit too. We get too little of Moon Knight to be like super excited about it, because it seems like there's this conflict where he doesn't seem to ever want to really bring out the suit, and that's just kind of, I don't know. It's unnecessary because then we get the moment where Steven is Mr. Knight during the fight scene for a couple of seconds, and then he's completely useless. Like, he just gives the power back to Steven.
He's like, "Oh shit, this hurt."
It's like, "Oh yeah, you're right. I can't fight, and this is a terrible idea." It's like, "Yeah, man. When are you guys gonna like?" I feel like this is gonna be like, for all of my Fast and Furious fans out there.
Yeah.
Hobbs and Shaw, like at the end of the movie, they just realized that, we can win this if we just work together. Which is like, yeah, man.
Yeah,
of course you're supposed to work together. Come on.
This was the whole point, bro. Why wasn't y'all doing this earlier, bro?
Right. It took you guys 2 hours to realize you need to work together. And I guess, it's going to take Steven and Mark, a couple more episodes to realize that they need to work together to make this shit work.
Get our shit together.
And as much as I like Layla's character,
I thought you were going to say Q-tip.
Kind of, or at least I like the actress. Well, as much as I like what?
I thought you were going to say Q-tip.
Okay, but I don't know. I feel like it would have been more interesting if it was just Steven and Mark on this journey together.
Layla out.
Yeah.
Look, I understand, man. Women need more things and blah 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 blah. But let's just do it if it makes sense. Let's not do it to just, what do they call it when you're doing it?
Just patronizing.
Yeah, let's not patronize people's sexes and race, and when I say sex, I mean gender,
right,
and race.
Yeah, like it kind of feels like when Rachel McAdams is in Doctor Strange is like really great actress, kind of useless in this movie, and could have been done without her.
She's like kicking ass and shit like that, but it's like, which is cool, but it's like, how is she doing that though? Why wasn't any of them other dudes able to do that?
Right.
She's a regular person.
Yeah, I mean,
so why was she able to fight them all? And I'm just saying.
They allude that like her and Mark have been going on these Indiana Jones-esque adventures together.
Jackals.
Oh yeah, the jackal. Oh yeah, the whole jackal scene.
No, not that scene too. But I'm skipping to episode 4, I guess.
Right. No, yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah, like when she's fighting the jackal in the cave or whatever,
I'm like,
the pyramid.
Come on, man. How you doing that bitch? But anyway.
Yeah, yeah. I like the actress a lot. I hope that this gets her more roles, but
she's gonna be. Oh,
what?
This is a no spoiler zone, but I don't want to ruin it. She's got a big part that is gonna come up.
Okay.
And she's gonna be dope as a possible villain or anti-hero.
All right. I mean, one thing I do like about all these Marvel shows is how they're kind of building a Marvel, like a rogues gallery. Like, I like all the villains that we're getting out of all these TV shows. So if we get a villain out of her, that'd be great. Or even an anti-hero.
You need more villainry.
Yeah, one of the things that they fucked up on in the early 2000s with these comic book movies, I mean, they also weren't thinking about franchises, but they always kill the villains. It was like, so they don't have an opportunity to come back. But
because that's what you did back then with like action movies. You kill the villain.
Yeah,
and this is an action movie, right?
Guys,
so we killed him. We killed this nigga. You die at the end,
right? And you had to die in the most horrific way.
Muggs is like, man, why they gotta kill me? But not when X-Men.
Oh yeah, thankfully they kept Magneto around. But yeah, and one scene that I thought was really cool in the episode 3 was when they were like, "Oh, we have the star map, but this is from like thousands of years ago, so we got to know what it's going to look like on that day from thousands of years ago." And Khonshu was like, "Let me spin this globe real quick."
He said, "Put your hand in the air."
And just wave them like you just don't care.
Oh, you think you stole my joke?
Oh, sorry.
No,
I'm sorry.
I'm joking. That was a setup. That's a softball right there. If you don't jump on that, then then I just got to play cleanup. You know what I'm saying? That was a softball. You did good. Yeah, man.
Did you like that scene? you think it was cool?
I thought it was cool, but it was like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Because it was just another excuse to lock Khonshu up and put this nigga not in a suit for a whole nother episode.
Right. Yeah, it was just like
I guess leads us to episode 4.
Yeah, it was kind of just a plot device to be like, oh, this is why Khonshu's not here. Which, yeah, I don't know. Which, and then Layla's just kind of there. The scene would have felt a little bit more, I don't know, interesting. This was the moment where I was like, oh, this would have been so much cooler if it was Mark, Khonshu, and Steve figuring out a way to work together. Like Steve is like the physical person. Mark. Together. Mark is the physical person who's going to get you there. Steve is going to be the person who's going to figure out how to get you there. And then Khonshu's going to be like, let me do some magic shit. Like, I thought it would have been so much cooler if it was just like the three of them working together.
Yeah.
But it was just like a way to get rid of our CGI budget for a couple episodes.
At least a whole episode.
But then we go through a bunch of stuff where, Mark and Steven are going through the maze. Steve's a little jealous of... Or Mark's a little jealous of Steve. I keep getting their names mixed up.
Yeah, because Steve kissing all on his woman.
Yeah, what do you think about this whole love triangle?
She don't love him. She's just like, I wish Steve was Mark, but Mark was Steve.
Right. Yeah, she did noticeably get more attracted to him when she was like, you smell like him.
Yeah, but when he kissed her, she was like, ugh, that was weird. She was like, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and go down first.
Right.
You know how I know she thought it was weird? Because when she got inside, she told him to go up the thing first. She was like, all right, you go up first.
Right.
She was
like oh, okay.
He was like, oh, I thought you was the one who went first. I thought you were the one who goes first. I go second. No.
Oh, okay. I do really like Oscar Isaac's performance, like you alluded to it earlier. His switching back and forth. Some people don't like the accent, but I think it's fine. But more than anything, his just persona from Mark to Steven is really good.
Yeah, he's like becomes more slouchy when he's Steven, more fidgety.
Yeah,
fidgety.
The word of the day is
fidgety. Fidget your ass upside your head. I don't know. Fidget. He's a fidget. He's fidgety.
It's my favorite kind of tea. Is fidgety. It's it's a little dab joke for you guys. So we had mentioned before that Layla defeats the priests and encounters Harrow, where Harrow tells her that maybe Mark had something to do with...
Well, wait a minute. First of all, we ain't going to just go... Wait,
what happened before that?
You're going to go and glaze over the fact that we saw Disney's first disembowelment scene?
Oh, yeah. Wait, when was the disembowelment?
It was when they walked into the little priest's demon sacrificial cave thing.
Oh, right. He
started pulling out dyed beard. Started pulling out dyed beard's fucking stomach and entrails and shit.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot.
And shit.
Yeah, this was a pretty interesting scene. They're definitely trying to get their Indiana Jones on in this episode, which I appreciated. A little bit of a tonal shift for the show, but yeah, I dug it.
Man, I dug it too. Hey, also, I want to say shout out to our sponsors. Ho again. You can become a ho again. All you got to do is dial 1-800-HO again. And you can go to the website, www.hoagain.com.
If you go to that website and there's nothing there, then we're not liable.
Exactly. Yes, just make sure you like and subscribe. That way you can, use the promo code and become a hoe again.
That guy did kind of look like Steve Agee, the guy who got
dyed beard.
Yeah,
he did kind of look like him. But anyway, he's the guy who showed up as the police officer. Remember?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Which I'm glad he's dead because I was like, for some reason, I was just like feeling like, it's because it's always him and the black woman, and I feel like he's just getting a little bit too much screen time compared to the black woman. It's like, get this beautiful black woman some shine.
You know what, man? They was both the police, so kill both of them. They've had they fill. Get on up out of here.
Get on up out of so yeah, like after
that motherfucker has a new special. Did you see that?
Huh? Who does?
Jeff Foxworthy.
Oh no, I didn't.
That's crazy. Sorry, he told a Jeff Foxworthy joke. I have to mention. So.
Oh man, yeah, love Jeff Foxworthy. So what happens next after the dude gets like gutted and blooded?
Well, Layla is dumb, so she's down there getting caught, making noises.
Making a lot of noise.
And then Steven makes some noise so he cannot, so that she can not get caught. But then she runs away after throwing a pot to distract. I thought this whole scene was stupid.
It's
throws this pot.
It's another one of those kind of plot armor things that we talk about before where it's like there's a beast that could rip you in half, and they just seem to be going out of their way to not do it.
Yep. And if television shows and movies have plot armor, we're like fucking diamond plated spears.
Just cutting through it.
Cutting straight through every bit of their armor. We are adamantium.
Yeah. As Vigilante would say, there are gaps in the armor, man.
There's gaps in the armor, man.
Man, we need to put that on a t-shirt too. So
fucking right.
So they find Grant and Steven find Alexander the Great's tomb, which I'm not a history buff. I did not know that motherfucker had a tomb.
He doesn't.
He does. So this is created for this show,
right?
Oh, okay.
They're inside of a tomb that nobody's ever been inside. They're inside of a pyramid no one's ever actually been inside of.
Right. Okay. So I didn't know if. Okay.
But so yeah, they're saying that.
Ooh, what if? Yeah.
This is where Alexander was laid to rest. And that's why the tip was that it was in Macedonian. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, you are talking to a history buff right over here. You're welcome. That's why we are better than the other.
Yeah, he admittedly definitely knows a lot more about like history than I do, and especially in this regard as far as Alexander the Great goes. What are you doing? Shut up. And then Stephen Grant or fucking Steven Spector. Mark Grant. Yeah, he retrieves.
It's Mark Spector and Stephen Grant.
Yeah, no, I mixed them up on purpose.
I'd be confused now. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. That motherfucker say that right?
No, now Steve Spector kind of rolls off the tongue. Well, I don't know. That guy retrieves Amit's Ushabati from inside Alexander's body. He digs all up in them guts. Layla. And then that's when Layla comes and confronts.
He was arm deep. He was elbow deep.
Yeah.
He was way down in that.
Way in there.
But yeah, she's still dealing with... Layla, meanwhile, is still dealing with fucking jackal beast priest. And she stabs him in the eye with a flare, and that makes him die.
Right.
Because he hasn't died for, a millennia or whatever. But
that's
the thing.
That was the thing.
Nobody had the technology until now. Well, until around 1600s or something. I don't know. When were flares made? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was in the 1600s. No, I'm joking.
By the way, that's one of my thing on my bucket list. Though I can't think of any reason I would need to do it unless I was dire.
When flares are made.
Yeah. Well, no.
Me too, man. I was just thinking the same thing. It's
one day I'm gonna Google that.
God damn, dog, it's crazy. We're gonna go on this journey together.
No, I always wanted to strike one of those red flares you see in movies. But when are you gonna do it unless you're in danger?
Or in a movie.
Yeah, or in a movie.
Somebody put us in a movie.
Somebody put me in a movie specifically where I'm in danger. I need to just.
Well, maybe no, I'm not in danger. I just need to. I could be a guy who always wanted to strike a flare in real life. And he just does it.
Yeah, that's just.
I can talk about stuff, whatever you want me to talk about while I'm holding that flare.
Just talk about life and the economy.
Oh yeah, not flares. Yeah, whatever. See, look, I just did it now. I'm very funny. You just let me talk, people.
But yeah, then we get this scene that we've seen so many times in movies where, like, hero is like, you don't know we actually saw it in the Batman, where villain's like, you don't know the full truth about your father, and then she's like, what? And then she has to confront someone that she loves because they've been lying to her, and the person who's been lying to her is like, you don't know the whole truth though. And they're still like,
yes, I did lie to you, but I didn't lie enough. Let me tell you the other shit that I didn't tell you.
Right, like we've seen this so many times in movies, and I don't know, maybe that's why I was just so not interested in this conversation. The only kind of interesting thing about this is that maybe the partner that he's talking about who killed her dad, it might be Jake, because there's just like this mysterious partner that he talks about doesn't really, and like, oh, he also shot me.
No, it's not a mysterious partner. It's in the comics. It's like,
I mean, but people just watching the show, like,
nah, I don't think that you're supposed to assume that. I just think that you're reaching. I think you're reaching.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, like, maybe it's also just because I assumed that he had killed her dad, and like the whole thing was just like, no, it was my partner who killed him. It's like, so why are you still mad at him? He had nothing to do with your dad. I mean, he didn't kill your dad.
He didn't tell her.
That's true. He didn't tell her that he was there.
And he knew.
Yeah, I guess that is.
And he really, like, when he met her, he was meeting her to try to tell her what happened.
Right.
He never did.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's just because, like, I feel like these are like these people who are going on these crazy.
No, look at this now.
Event.
Okay. Listen to this. Your dad dies. Your mom dies. Right. Somebody they know what happened.
Right.
But you don't know what happened. You meet them after that happens. Right. But they never tell you nothing. You don't even gotta get in a relationship with them. It's just friends with them.
Right.
And they never tell you. And then one day you find out from somebody else that you don't even really like, that you hate, that you want to kill. And they tell you, hey, I know how your mama died, or I know how your daddy died. And your boy, he was there. He was there when it happened. Boy, you might go retarded punching. You might go like the crying and then and start punching people. While you crying.
Right.
That's when you get scared of somebody, when they punching somebody while they crying.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm just saying blind rage, rage, and you got to get them. You got to take a moment to take in those types of emotions. And she looked pretty scared when the nigga got shot in the chest.
Yeah. She definitely still feels something for him. And again, I think you're right. Like her feelings are valid. I think the really the only reason I was kind of tuned out on this because, like, I've seen, like I said, we just saw this in the Batman, and
it's also like who gives a fuck about this, man? Let's go.
Yeah, who cares about her dad that we've never met before? Yeah, y'all are saying his full name like we give a fuck.
Yeah, y'all keep saying that shit. Like, I don't have subtitles. I really don't know what y'all are saying. Like, stop saying it. Y'all saying that like it's a new drink somewhere.
And maybe that comes into play later. Maybe that's why they said his full name like 3 goddamn times. But
it comes into play later. Like, you find out. I mean, that's how he got That's how he became Khonshu. Is he got killed, or how he became Khonshu. That's how he became Moon Knight. Is he got killed by his partner, and the local villagers found his body and sacrificed something to Khonshu. I don't know. Khonshu went into his spirit or some shit.
So do you feel like we're gonna get a flashback of that, or do you feel like they're just gonna?
Yeah.
Okay.
Disney's real good about fucking flashback.
I mean, that's what, like, it would be. I mean, in this case, I would have kind of appreciated because it's only been kind of vague mentionings of. His
they got to do some
origin.
flashbacks, big flashbacks. I think Jake's gonna be the one who like knows everything.
Everything. Okay, yeah. And speaking of Jake, let's just go ahead and dive into the last like 15 minutes of the episode 4. Like you said, Mark gets shot, and he kind of wakes up in a mental institution. And which is being run by Harrow. So it's like kind of meant to imply that everything that's been going on this whole series has all been in Mark's head, and he's imagining everything, including Steven, because like all the inmates are people from the show. How'd you feel about this crazy twist?
It was super crazy. I had to do research just to find out what the fuck this hippo was about.
Yeah, do you...
I'm not ruining nothing. I'm just want people to experience the shit, but...
Oh, okay.
That shit was wild.
Yeah, I thought that it was just going to... Speaking of the hippo, I thought it was just going to end with them just being like, he goes into the therapist's office and you see that it's Harrow, and then it like cut to black or some shit like that.
Same.
But now they drug it out a couple minutes further. Steve makes it out of the room, or Mark makes it out of the therapist room, and he finds Steven in a sarcophagus, which I'm assuming is just like another part of his subconscious that he's been resting in. And we see a second sarcophagus that looks very foreboding, all blood red and shaken. Looks very scary. And once again, they're just like, we're just not going to worry about that. Let's just try to get the fuck out of here. And they come upon a hippopotamus.
Hippopotamus? You give him easy one.
Yeah, that was a weird turn. And you said you read something about this after the fact. So you were completely taken off guard when you saw the hippo.
Yep.
Okay.
Alex. There was a fucking hippo. Of course I was fucking taken back. I was like, I don't give a shit if you knew what that was. You had to not be expecting a fucking hippo right at that moment.
Yeah, like I can't imagine anybody that
shit
saw
wet
that coming.
Yeah. I was uncomfortable about it with this big ass wet dick-shaped face hippopotamus.
That's a very weird dick.
Look, you don't watch enough Rick and Morty. You ain't watched Rick and Morty in a while, and everything's dick-shaped on Rick and Morty.
Yeah, like I was honestly kind of
testicle nose face ass animal. What the fuck kind of animal is that, man? Come on, man. Goddamn, man. No, mouth don't need to be that big, dog.
What, a hippopotamus?
Yeah, hippopotamus, man. I don't like hippopotamuses, man. They kill people, man.
Yeah, they're low-key pretty terrifying and dangerous.
They're dangerous, and they fucking eat people like they're little fucking catfish bites.
Yeah. They're not cute like in fucking Madagascar. They will tear your ass to pieces. Or like in this fucking
television show.
Yeah, they screamed when they saw a hippopotamus, and that is an apt reaction. Because
if I see a hippopotamus in drag, I might laugh.
Yeah, right.
But if I see a hippopotamus, I'm gonna run.
I'm gonna have to run around out the door. I was kind of, I don't know. For me personally, I was kind of like on the show for like 2, 3, and most of 4. But like the last like 30 minutes of 4 kind of got me. Like I like the Indiana Jones-ish stuff, and I liked the twist in the therapist's office, just because I'm not sure where the fuck they're gonna go.
Yeah,
because it seems too like middle of the show to be like it was all a dream. So
seems like to me that the director and the writers wanted to go that way, like where it was more mysterious and confusing. Because I think the guy directed Memento is the guy who directed this.
No, that's, or it might have been a DP or something, but that was Chris Hall.
Did he write this? I'm pretty sure the writer for Memento is the one who wrote this.
I have to look into that.
Pretty positive. Y'all put it in the comments.
Put it in the comments.
Because I'm right and he's wrong. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it is, and that's where it comes from. Like, that's what they're using, like, the whole, like, piece things backwards. That's why I said we're going to see flashbacks.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, you ain't know that, huh? I'm the one coming around here with some research.
Yeah, like, it's going to be very interesting how the rest of it plays out. How do you feel about, like, the way this like, how do you feel about the show so far? Like, are you excited to see the rest of it, or are you just kind of, like, ready for it to be over?
I'm ready to see motherfucking suit.
Yes.
I want to see the suit.
Yeah, when do you predict we'll see the suit next?
It's an hour episode next week.
Because we got 2 more episodes left.
It's an hour episode?
I don't know.
It's an hour. So 30 minutes into the first hour? Maybe.
30 minutes the first hour? Okay.
You don't think so?
I don't. I think that episode 5 is going to be a lot.
Right. You're probably right.
I think episode 5 is going to be a lot in the head or in this, like, weird white therapist place and the hippo. Maybe toward the last 20 minutes we get out of there. And maybe the hippo pulls some magic shit to give Khonshu back his powers. And then episode 6 is going to be like what they've been saving the budget for this whole series. And we get some, like, crazy action shit.
They got to do something.
45 minutes.
They got to do something better than fake Tomb Raider with Stephen Grant.
Right. And yet, like, so what is exactly... Yeah, I did like the whole fake... like the fake like Land of the Lost type show that they had Steven watching in the therapist's office. For a second there, I was like, did I accidentally like switch to like a Disney like original movie on accident?
Mm-hmm.
But
it's terrible.
It's really terrible. It's
of course
precisely terrible. Like it's like the attention to detail to make it as bad as those movies were back then is pretty astounding.
It's amazing. Looks like something mixed with Legends of the Hidden Temple and
yeah,
fucking Pete and Pete.
yeah, very Nickelodeon vibes.
Very Are You Afraid of the Dark over here. Very Goosebumps-ish.
Yeah, same production designer as Goosebumps and fucking like Animorphs.
Yeah, very Animorphs. Ooh, I missed that one. Damn, I was trying to think of another one too, and I missed that one. Dang it.
You get him next time. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this.
We will never talk about Animorphs on this show ever again. And that has been spoken. It has been said.
It has been spoken.
It has been spoken.
Leave it in the comments if you want to hear more about Animorphs, if you don't ever want to hear about them again.
Oh my God, please tell me. Please tell us.
Thanks for listening to the Drunk Banthas podcast. We do this every once in a while, so go ahead and leave a like and subscribe so you can get updates on new episodes of the pod and new videos, essays from yours truly. Check us out on Twitter, IG, TikTok, likewise, all the internet things at Drunk Banthas. Until next time, stay safe, my little conchus, and may the force be with you.